Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Today is the day that we usually use the energy of the sun. We venerate the ancestors. It's all about vitality, um, success, a whole lot of other things. But today is the day that we are in alignment astrologically and numerically. Hopefully, I'm saying it right. But today is 11. And once you break that down in numerology, it also comes to the year itself with the number 11. We know that 11 is a master number. Anyone that has an 11 life path is very spiritual. Uh, they're basically the people that are gateways, in my understanding. And this particular alignment is very special. We're able to start fresh. We're able to manifest the things that we've been wanting to. Like normally, however, you've been trying to get your manifestations popping. And sometimes it's more so of a waiting period. Particularly today would be the day that you're able to see a little bit of more speed with it. So I don't know, why am I hollering? Oh my God. But anyway, today's video is dedicated to the new witches, the new highs, the new brujos, the new Einiphas, the new babalaos, whatever you call yourself. Well, someone been asking me, like, well, Papa Ken, I'm starting to see ghosts, and I'm starting to get channels, and excuse, I like the hair. My mom braiding my hair. Like, oh my God. It's usually my niece, but anyway, on to the topic. I've been getting channels, and I'm starting to get interested in tarot cards, and just a whole bunch of other things that most people are starting to find interest to. Um One thing about it is the fact that, for one, you're not crazy. And for two, I'm gonna give y'all some tips, like basically, to start off on your path. Okay, so as I was saying, one, you're not crazy. There has been so many people before us that had gifts, or as we like to say, special superpowers, or uh these particular things that we can do. Well, my family is known, from what I've seen, because my family doesn't really practice African traditional religions, but I have noticed that they have certain gifts that they have really tapped into. So that's that's a story in itself. But number one, Lena Espinoza. Hi. Hair looking on point. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah. Um, I had a friend that she's starting to get these particular things happening to her, and she wasn't really sure how to deal with it. So, as I was saying, number one, you have to understand that you are not crazy. You're not crazy. No one is. But as I was getting into, we've been, like, for years, our family members, the people before us, the people that are around in our environment, we have a conscious collective that has been growing this year alone. So that's big. So of course there would be people to come to us, and they're starting to ask like, okay, is there life after death? What about aliens, I guess. Um what about the people that are seeing things that no one else can see? You know, right now it could just be astrological alignments. It could be that the spirit is wanting you to do certain things, but now is the time to really tap into these energies because it's very important. Number one. And number two, we're not going to go further in this lifetime thinking that things will be in secret, and that's just going to be what it is. So the reasons why I guess some of the folks would like to say Egun, the ancestors, the people before us, are coming so heavy. It wasn't just for Halloween alone. It's been the whole year. And not only were we able to into certain things, they've been wanting us to find the truth about certain findings that most people just can't really grasp, like what happened to Atlantis. you know um the the lost civilization of I think it's Lemuria. But nevertheless, uh basically, if you're starting out on your journey and you have no idea where to go, you have no one to talk to, you might even feel that you sound so fucking crazy. What the hell do you do, Papa Ken? Okay, well, as I was saying, number one, you're not crazy. Understand that you are not crazy. There are certain things in our systems that it automatically connects us to the higher realms. The subconscious, the pineal gland, the third eye chakra. Um, there's another chakra that connects us to all things, which is I think it's the star chakra. It's somewhere as the crown chakra. But if you know anything about chakras, you know, just do a little research and go a little further with it. But another thing is to start meditating. Meditation is key. Of course, I started when I was 13 and I really didn't know what the hell I was doing. But all I know is that it worked on the fact that my stepfather taught me. He was basically reading a book. And this book, it was a Christian book, but it at the end of the book it had methods to show you how to meditate in Christ, basically. So I was reading the book and I was flipping the pages, and it was, talking about meditation, and it showed how to breathe in with your nose, breathe out. But as you're breathing in and out, you're coming to a space within yourself that's connected to Christ or Buddha or so. And now that I think back on it, it's kind of where I started my affirmations, because there's a lot of things that go into that. But I started out kind of early, as y'all see. But so as you're meditating, you will start to find that you, for one, you have your own energy to really think about on the days that you go to work, or you're relaxing, or you just want to find some time to yourself. That's your energy that you need to sustain in life. You need that particular energy in order to interact with others. And as you get better with it, you will start to see one day, well, how about I contact someone that I don't have to use my mouth? Telepathy. You can meditate, and you're able to basically you're able to find a way to tap your higher self. That's really all it is, because we're not just uh flesh suits and this skin that we have. We're way past that. We're spirits. Some people like to argue and say plasma. I particularly don't give a damn. Whatever you feel that you are, it's still needed to tap it in. So meditation is helpful. Another thing, find a way to get comfortable with divination. Divination is one of the best tools that I've used for the last 3 years. Whether it be cards, whether it be cowrie shells, whether it be oracle cards, most some people use pennies in different cultures. So that's one of the very best things that I think I kind of came across when I started my path. And it started out, well, actually, I didn't start with the Rider deck. Now that I kind of got it more in the later years, but I started out with the with the voodoo deck. I was a beast then, so most people would start with the Rider Waite deck and kind of move from there, but I was kind of backwards. So that was crazy in itself. But when you're using divination, you are asking the higher guides to show you some answers. Of course, most people don't understand how divination works. Really, it's just the subconscious. You're asking the subconscious to show you messages in order for a particular situation to be resolved. So, say for instance, I wasn't sure about what's going to happen in the next 6 months. I would pick up my cards and I would happen to see what moves along with the answer. So, simply, I'm not gonna give you all of it, but one would happen to be like logic, swords. Swords is about common sense. Swords is the thoughts, thinking, the mind. So I guess I would have to pay attention to what I'm thinking about, manifestation, because we all know that thoughts are energy. Whatever we focus on continues to grow with our energy that we kind of give out. So it will probably have to be with the way I move, action, wands, your spirit, what makes you motivated, what drives you, your willpower, um, your emotions, cups, or most people like to say hearts. It really just depends. But divination is one of the things that's been used forever. Not only have we been using divination, some people kind of think it's devil worship, some people think it's bad. Really, it's not. Because if you think about the kings and queens that came up like way back in the day, they were using divination. Well, I get ones that had Merlin and Calypso from Pirates of Caribbean. These people had a way to find answers, although it was steeped in mystery and we didn't always understand what was the concept in its totality. But we still kind of got the fact that divination is still important, right? So I would say definitely look into getting to a deck of cards in order to show where you're going in life and how things are going to show itself to you. It's all about energy. And as I was saying with the video before, certain things are not going to show itself in such a way that you understand. So how do you how do you know that you're seeing things with your mind, that you're not being full of meds or you're not going crazy? Well, for one, it's your subconscious. So with the subconscious, we really get symbols, and that's how the subconscious kind of speaks to us. And doing that, if you exercise the subconscious, uh, it will literally show you the things that you might need to do, the things that you shouldn't do. That's how our ancestors are able to speak to us through meditation, I guess. channeling, as I've stated before. um, so where do you go? Excuse me, where do you go when you find out these things? Like, who do you go to? You can find an elder, but it really just depends on what you resonate with. Some people would be comfortable with ATRs, African traditional religions, like Santeria, Ifa, Haitian Voodoo. Um, all these things have in common is the fact that we need elders in order to show us how to work these energies. We can't really work Ogun by ourselves and not know what we're doing. We can't go to Azuli for the die and literally just ask her for anything. We have to be taught. So when it comes to certain religions or certain spiritual practices, we have to be shown exactly what to do. It's always a protocol. So number two is finding an elder to show you what to do, how to do it, and make sure that you're doing it properly in order to move on. Okay, but anyway, I like I'm such a little grump when it comes to kids. But another thing, if you kind of go through your daily life and you see that you can feel other people's emotions, let me just start this off and saying that you're an empath. Every Everybody kind of went through that phase from what I can pay attention to. It seems like everybody kind of went through that phase like I can feel other people's emotions. Me on the other hand, I think I kind of read into it. I was always the little geek in school to research things. So I was always looking up energy, like biokinesis, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, you name it, I was reading it. But empathy is one of the, I guess, because it's so natural for a human being to really just feel what another person is going through, that it's kind of natural for us. So I guess really in a default, I was already an empath. I literally found out how to do it. I don't know why, but I think I was in eighth grade, and I guess I was using the computer or someone's phone. I can't remember exactly, but I will always go to angelfire.com. Angelfire.com is bomb because it shows you, not that you should just steep yourself into the mysteries through the internet. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, um, for me, what I was doing, I guess I was just researching and finding out things that was against the norm. But it showed me a exercise to where that if I relax, again, relaxation is key, meditation, if I relax, breathe properly, I could take a white light from my heart chakra and connect it to the person that I want to connect it with. What is that? That's energy, right? So I didn't know this then, and I kind of, and if I could, like, I pray that God and Goddess could give me a way to really just give that particular timeline some love. Like, if I could just step back in time and I can just talk to myself now, like, do you know what you're gonna be? Do you know what you're capable of? I think I would kind of, a lot of the problems that I'm pretty sure that I encounter would kind of be resolved, but that's neither here nor there. But um again, that's one of the ways you can exercise your spirit, finding out the gifts that you have. If you can see spirits, how do they come to you? What's the messages? What are they trying to let you know to do for the next 3 days? Maybe Papa Legba has a message for you. you know and with this particular energy that we're been receiving, I guess we can say light codes. The light codes that we've been receiving, I guess, from the past couple months is gearing up to the day now. Today is an 11. So what else can you do to exercise your spirit, to exercise the gifts that you have? Um, I can't remember exactly, but there are some cards. Um, I guess I want to say like around like this size. Pay no attention to the cards, y'all. I'm not advertising for Walmart, but what a there are some cards that you can use in order to exercise either your telepathy, um, I guess your mind reading, somewhat like a some type of thing, like your mind reading gift. But yes, I just want to point out that yes, you can read minds. Yes, you can communicate telepathically. Yes, there is such a thing. I will go into it maybe the next couple of videos, but we have to get these tarot scopes out the way too. So keep that in mind. There are cards to help you exercise your telepathy, as I was saying. What else? Find a friend that is very open-minded about the things that you do. Um, a lot of the times we are really just don't understand. So say for example, if I wanted to talk about ghosts, or if I wanted to talk about spirits, and I wanted to say, oh well, you know, if I was to go to the cemetery one evening just to love, a lot of people gonna be like, what are you talking about? You know? So it's really kind of good to really just have that one friend or that one person that can just understand what you mean or what you come from, a spiritual aspect. Because not, I'm gonna be honest, starting on in this journey, not everyone is going to understand what you're doing, what is going on. It just means that you're growing. In some cases, you're having a kundalini rising, which is fine. Not everybody has to be involved in your your practices or your particular preference of religious beliefs, if that makes sense. But finding a friend to understand what you're going through can be so vital in this growth that you're going through, because to be honest, people really don't like to talk about things when it comes to spirits, ghosts, energy vampires, um I guess we could say deities that we work with on a day, on a regular basis, the ancestors. All this is weird compared to the next person that works at a construction site. If they're not open minded to it, they're not gonna understand it. So, in order to be realistic, I just wanted to point out that many people that are in your life, they're not gonna understand you. It could be just because you're not articulating yourself in the way that you should, but in other cases, they just don't get it. If they're not experiencing these things, you're either going to be deemed weird, you're going to be deemed a developer, um, you need counseling, you need help, all these things. So it may not seem worthwhile to go through it because, for one, you're thinking that whatever I'm going through, it must be what everyone else is going through. And sometimes, baby, that's not the case. And even then, move the fuck on. You know, don't worry about it. And I will be honest, it can be hurtful, especially people that you grew up around or your family members. They don't understand you. So I wouldn't even talk about it to them, especially if you know that these people aren't open minded or they're not understanding where you're coming from, it's not worth it. It's not even worth talking about, you know. So finding a friend that's very understanding and can understand what you're coming from is key. Um, so I guess we can leave that to support, if it helps. Another, in the same token, is finding people that are within your realm, like um that's into deity practice, or they kind of look at mythology as it being real, because in some cases the stories that we've been receiving throughout the dawn of time, sometimes they can be real, but to me, I think it's a little bit better to go to deity, you know, and find out what is what. You know, go to the ancestors and find out what's true or not. Another thing is research. Research, research, research. We are in an era right now that, and I can bet y'all can understand where I'm coming from. We're in an era right now that we're leaving the age of Pisces, and we're kind of giving to the age of Aquarius. What is Aquarius? With the era or the eon, or I don't know how to really just articulate that, but Pisces was the age of illusion. What do we get when we get a Pisces? We get spirituality, true, but it's going to be mixed. It's going to be so much going on with the mental, with the spirit, the illusions that we've been going under, the glamour, Hollywood, we're leaving that. And now that we're getting to the age of Pisces, a lot of some of the things that we've been wondering about is starting to ring true. You know, Not to go off topic, y'all. Just follow me. We've been lied to about a whole bunch of things. Religion, um, time not existing, the Mandela effect. It's just so much that a person really has to research. It's beyond me. Even I used to get overwhelmed sometimes, but nevertheless, but the age of Aquarius is basically in the new dawn of a thing that we start to get the truth. And Aquarius ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of the shakeup. Unexpected things happening, surprises, the truth, you know. But also Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. I think I want to say the old owner of Aquarius was Saturn. Whatever, I kind of resonate with it really just doesn't matter. But now that we are getting the truth about certain things, it's leaving a person to think why. Like, what's the point of even living? Like, what are we getting out of this, Papa Ken? Like, you know, what the hell we've been doing this whole 100 years that we've been, around in society. The thing is, 24/7. And every last person on this earth has a guardian spirit, angel, deity, demon sometimes. And I ain't gonna go into that, but we are we're possibly getting to the point to where we're understanding life and the earth itself is conscious. She, he, whatever you want to call it, you know, Mama, Papa Earth has a conscious, has a spirit. As I said before, everything has an energy. So, um, we're starting to understand that. So, science, science really speaks about physics, but metaphysics, it really just goes into the truth. It shows us exactly what's what. So again, I would say research. is crucial to your knowledge. Um, you know, you have to find certain things out, especially if you, okay, let's say for example, if I was to, if I wanted to know about, I don't know why I keep wanting to go to civil rights movement, but if I wanted to find out a particular about the civil rights movement, I wouldn't want to, well, now I wouldn't want to just look at a book. Sometimes books helps y'all. I understand it. But right now, as I was saying, as we're getting to the era of Aquarius, you know, certain books really just don't cut it. I'm just be honest. Books just don't cut it nowadays. It really doesn't. So we're gonna have to go to the other side. We're gonna have to go to the deities. We're gonna have to go to the ancestors to see what's what, you know. So that's key into learning exactly how to move about your spiritual awakening. Because for one thing, I just want to let y'all know that it's not gonna be easy. It's really not gonna be easy. It's gonna be things that you're gonna be overwhelmed with. You're gonna figure out, like, why am I on this earth? Like, why did I even get up this morning? Like, what's the point? You know, and although we do have a purpose in this life, we still gotta pay bills. We still got to move about the matrix, how everyone wants to call it. But for the most important factor in this whole entire galaxy that we worried about is the fact that we're here for a purpose, and we have to exercise our brains for one thing, and our spirit. It needs to soar. We have to experience certain things in order for us to get where we're going. So hopefully this helped. And if you haven't already, if you have a chance, like, share, and subscribe. It's really not important if you do. I don't care. But in order for us to connect, or if you want to read or whatever, I will be more than happy to. But again, I'll be back again soon. This is Papa Ken coming to you with a little bit of knowledge or whatever. I'm not the only one. So if y'all feel that y'all want to go to the rest of them, feel free. I don't care. But again, this is Papa Ken. Thank y'all for watching Papa Ken's Corner. Y'all have a very blessed Sunday. Bye.